Hello and welcome to the beautiful suburb of Llandudno, just outside Cape Town. Today we have not one, not two, but three compact crossovers for the Cars.co.za Compact Crossover 3-Way Shootout, which is its official name. Today I'm joined by two of my colleagues who will be helping me assess the cars. The three crossovers we have here are the Renault Captur, Suzuki Vitara and the brand new Hyundai Creta. The Hyundai Creta is the newest car here, but it's also the most expensive at 369,900 Rand. It's also the only diesel and the only automatic. Its plus points are it has the biggest boot here, it's got a powerful engine, 6 airbags, and the best warranty of any of the cars here. The Renault Captur is definitely the best value for money here today. At 264,900 Rand, it's 100,000 Rand cheaper than the Hyundai Creta. However, it does have the smallest, least powerful engine, although it's got the best fuel consumption on paper at 4.9 litres to the 100. Other negative points, it has the smallest boot space and it also has the shortest service plan at 3-year 45,000. The Suzuki is also very good value. At 303,000 Rand, that's quite a lot of car for your money. However, it's not as well spec'd as the other two. There's no automatic wipers or headlights, there's no touchscreen or rear view camera or park distance control. However, it does have quite a good smooth engine, which we're actually finding has the best real-world consumption figure of any of the three cars here. And with that, it was time to get out on the road.
The interior in the Vitara is quite basic. It's quite uninteresting. It's not too much going on, not much to get excited about, but it has all the features you'd really want. In terms of ride quality, I've always liked the Vitara's ride quality. It rides really well.
I do like the engine in the Vitara. Even though it's not that powerful, it is very economic.
In terms of the engine, it's a decent engine. It runs well. It just lacks a little bit of power on the uphill, which leaves you gearing down to access the power you need to get up some steep inclines.
The Hyundai Creta, right, brand new to South Africa. And this is the top of the range 1.6 CRDI model. It's also very expensive, 360,000 Rand. I think if you take price out of the equation, I think this is a really good product. Maybe, possibly the best car here. It's got the biggest boot, it's got decent rear space, it's probably got the most well-fitted interior. Loads of options as standard, Bluetooth, auto wipers, auto lights.
The interior is really nice, it's basic. It feels a little bit dated, even though it is a new car.
The thing is, this engine is not really the most efficient one here, and it's a bit surprising for a diesel. Although it is averaging 7.6 litres to the 100, that's not as good as the Suzuki. I am in the Renault Captur. Now the Captur is interesting because it has a really small engine, and I mean really small, only 900 cc's. It's a little 3-cylinder turbo, and incredibly, it's actually capable of forward progress. Look at this, we're moving. It's got 66 kilowatts, which is the least amount of power here today, but it's not a bad little motor. In fact, I think on day-to-day driving, you're not even really going to notice. The idea, of course, with such a small engine is that it uses a small amount of fuel, but we found that the car hovers around the 8 litres to the 100 mark, not nearly as good as Renault's claim of 4.9 litres to the 100. I mean, that's pretty standard these days, but just note that you're not going to get that sort of figure. I think as a little city car, it's really hard to beat the Captur. I mean, for instance, it comes standard with satellite navigation. It's got all the modern features that you could hope for in a little car, and it comes at a really good price, 265,000 Rand. So it's hard to argue against that kind of value. Renault have really thrown the book at this thing.
Now to get down to the nitty-gritty and take a closer look at each car. Here we aim to assess the interior, features, rear seating and importantly, the boot space.
I think the Vitara is a solid offering. It feels reliable, it drives really well, it handles well, and it's got a decent engine and it's quite fuel efficient.
I think it's an unpretentious car. That's what I like about it as well. It's really stripped down. It's what you want from a crossover in the city.
I've always quite liked the Suzuki. It feels like the sort of car which is going to last a long time. The Renault for me is definitely the most stylish car here, and I think that's really important in the segment. I think that people are looking for something stylish, something that looks good. I've always just liked how elegant it is. It's a really nicely designed interior, especially that center stack with the piano black and the chrome. It just looks really good. It looks very premium.
I'm not quite convinced by its drivetrain. I just didn't like the way it accelerated up hills.
Oh, that's good space, eh? That's really good space, actually. Very impressed with that.
The Captur and the Vitara have roughly the same amount of boot space on paper, at 377 and 375 litres respectively. Both are beaten by the Creta, with an impressive 402 litres of luggage space.
I like it. It's a bit simple. It's got everything you need. It's got a nice touchscreen.
I really like the Creta. It's probably my favorite car here today. I love the way it drives. It's got good amount of power, but it is very expensive. Considering all the positives, I think it might just be worth the extra little bit of money.
After a good few hours of poking around the cars, we compared notes and settled on the pros and cons of each vehicle. The Renault represents excellent value for money at 264,900 Rand. It has a surprisingly spacious load area, and it is truly well specced with just about all of the toys you could hope for. With those striking good looks, it makes for an excellent city runaround. The reigning Wesbank Cars.co.za Consumer Award champion is an honest no-frills crossover with excellent ride quality and a very frugal engine, although it does lack a bit of power. The interior is a bit plain and not as well specced as the Renault, but it does feel like the car is built to last. The Vitara also performed very well in our owner satisfaction survey, with owners extremely happy with their cars and Suzuki's after-sales service. The newest car here impressed us with its near-premium interior, spacious rear seats and large load area. However, it is missing a few niceties, such as climate control and cruise control. However, the diesel is not as quiet or economic as we'd have hoped for. Let us know what you think of these compact crossovers in the comments below. We'd love for you to join our community by subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.